Do you cohabitate with your spouse? Are you living with your spouse? He's down.
Well, he went down on his first shot.
Go ahead, Kitty, and that.
Yeah.
It's on his face.
Emergency medical services.
Radio. Please.
No.
He passed out.
This defendant wanted the judge to lower an $800,000 bond, but the hearing quickly became one of the most disturbing courtroom moments imaginable. And before it was over, the defendant suddenly collapsed in court.
Is it Joseph?
Yes.
This writ is misspelled. And Houston Smith. That's you.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Gerges here is your attorney, and the state's attorney is present. There is a motion or an application for writ of habeas corpus requesting a reasonable bond with the inference that the $800,000 was not reasonable. At least one man's opinion says that. Let me look at this circumstances. You know what I need to
There.
public safety report?
Look.
All right, generally, bonds are set based upon criminal history and circumstances of the offense. And then other circumstances become an issue. That is, if a bond is going to be posted, the ability to follow up with the requirements of a bond.
The case centered around disturbing allegations tied to online activity connected to Kik Messenger accounts. According to statements discussed in court, investigators allegedly uncovered deeply alarming material involving violent thoughts about children, and the judge immediately shifted the focus toward public safety.
It's bad enough in its very essence, but when someone professes to, let's see, that puts it into the potential harm and jeopardy of others in a new light. I don't think, and I've done, where do you live? I know where you're residing now, but do you live in Groves?
No, sir. I live in Needleland.
You previously lived in Groves.
Yes, sir.
I grew up in Groves. This is not what Groves stands for. All right. I think I see here why. Imagine who set this bond originally.
Judge Sharoon, Judge.
I see why he would have set this. According to the probable cause affidavit here, law enforcement obtained warrants to get certain accounts that you were associated with.
As the hearing continued, the defense argued the bond amount was excessive and requested a more reasonable release option. But the judge explained that bond decisions are not only about criminal history, they are also about the potential danger someone may pose to the community if released. The courtroom atmosphere became increasingly tense.
It's something called Kik Messenger, which I'm not real familiar with. But what they recovered, the police recovered, was a large amount of Can you explain that?
Judge, I'm going to ask him not to answer that question.
All right. Well, anything else?
No, other than I don't even know if the bond is sufficient as it is. But
one of the most disturbing things I've read in my career, and I've seen it all, I thought. And number one, child continues to victimize children when it's out there. Right. I don't think, and I've been a part of, from the Jamesburg murders to all types of crimes. But I don't think I've ever read such a horrifying and concerning statement about someone's thoughts, a human being's thought that murdering children would be amusing. Well, that's the inference. $800,000 is, I'm not lowering it.
Then the judge made an extraordinary statement. He said the case contained some of the most horrifying material he had seen in his entire judicial career, even after handling major murder cases and violent crimes over many years on the bench. At that point, it became clear the bond was not going to be lowered.
Judge DeRuin, I find, based upon the circumstances of this case, a fair determination. But if you happen to be able to post this bond, we have to have a hearing so that conditions of release would be appropriate based upon these circumstances, which would be a long list plus a list that would include all thoughts I would have to ensure that the safety of children could be preserved if you were released. And it would include at least home confinement, no access to internet. Are you married or single?
I'm married.
Sir?
He's married, Judge. Yes.
Okay, any children? Do you have any children? Oh, okay.
No, sir.
Do you cohabitate with your spouse? Are you living with your spouse?
The court ultimately ruled that the $800,000 bond would remain in place. The judge also explained that even if the defendant somehow posted bond, strict conditions would likely include home confinement, internet restrictions, and extensive protections to ensure children remained safe. Then suddenly, everything changed.
He's down.
Well, he went down on his first shot.
Go ahead, Kitty, and math.
Yeah.
It's on his face.
Emergency medical services.
Radio. Police, please.
No.
He passed out.
Just relax.
Check the radio.
I'd like to
Thank you. Can I get up?
That's good. Just sit around.
Don't get up. Just sit.
Just sit on the floor.
Sorry, I apologize.
You sit right there.
Where's he bleeding from?
No,
He keeps head
hit
up.
his face first, Judge.
I'm
Luckily, he didn't do that, but he hit his face first. So.
Need some medical services. Thank you. Yeah, he's bleeding.
Yeah,
From face wound.
We're not gonna lie.
All right.
the jury.
Are you ready to go?
All right, we are in recess on this matter right now. Thank you.
Moments after the ruling, the defendant unexpectedly collapsed face first inside the courtroom. Court officers immediately called for emergency medical assistance as the hearing abruptly came to an end. Despite the chaos, the judge stood firmly by the decision to deny the bond reduction request.